Hello, my friends. My name is Ron. This is The Spirit Moves. I'm so glad to be with you today. I try to plan devotionals that can be of inspiration and helpful to you in some manner, shape, or form. Today, I'm going to talk about myself, what happened in my life. The title of this devotion is called Babe. Now, for you that know me, I did not address my wife as Suzanne. I never have. I always address her as Babe. To me, she's more than just a name. To me, she's my babe. So this is called Babe, and this is part 1. Next week, I'll go into part 2 to continue how to be the perfect mate next week. But part 1, I just want to tell you, my friends that watch me, I so much appreciate your encouragement. Or leave me notes. You post something, it inspires me to be more trying to inspire you. God loves you, and so do I. Many years ago, I was dating, only off dating. I dated one woman for 6.5 years, off and on. We'd date for maybe a month, then she'd get tired of me, and she'd break up for no reason. I mean, no reason at all. She just says, I want to stop seeing you for a while. I said, did I do something wrong? No, nothing wrong. I just need my space. That's it. So then about 3 weeks later, she'd call me and say, you want to go out for dinner? And then we'd be on again. And this could last from a couple of weeks to a couple of months. I never knew. On and off. I dated different women in the past. I was always a very nice person to date. I was kind, considerate. I knew how to treat a woman. I knew how to make a woman feel special. I read so many self-taught books written for women on what a man wants, or what a woman wants from a man. How a man can be his best for a woman. I took those books and I studied them, top and out, in and out. I studied those books so I could be a perfect host to anyone I would want to date or marry. Many times I dated a woman, and after a while, they want to take a break. We separate. And then maybe a month, 2 months later, they call me back and say, hey Ron, how you doing? You have anybody you're dating right now? And usually I did have somebody. Yeah, I said, yeah, I'm kind of busy right now. I got someone. I'm going to see what we can, how it goes. And I could tell from the voice that it was disappointed. I said, okay, well, if you end your relationship, call me. I never did call back. A person in a relationship, I was always courteous. I never name call. I always left on a polite note. I used to say, well, thank you very much. It's been great. We had some fun. I hope you know what you find in life. I hope you find what you're looking for. Good luck. Just like that. And then I immediately erased their phone number from my phone, so when it come up again. Yes. It wasn't strange for women to try to desire me when someone is so nice and open. But I had my eyes open, because if I could see that it was looking like this, going to be abuse me or use me anyway, then I back away really quick. One woman I dated one time only. I didn't like the way it went, so we left. And a couple of weeks later, she called and said, Ron, you never called me back. What's up? And I said, well, it was nice. We had fun, but you're just not the right person for me. I hope you have luck and find the person that will agree with you. Good luck. I mean, there's no use keeping something going when there's nothing there. But I had the one I had a 16.5 relationship with. more or less as a sex buddy. I don't know way to say it. Yeah, I was not a Christian then. I was not. I knew about God, very well knew about God, but I was not a practicing Christian, and I never would say I'm a Christian. I knew that to me, going out and fornicating women was wrong. It's simple. I knew it. But I felt so empty inside. Sometimes I'd be beside a person, laying next to them in bed, and still feel it's a stranger. If that ever happened to you, you've been next to someone and still feel all alone. Yeah, and when that happens, you know you are not with the right person. But for sex, no way to get around it. I dated a woman on and off for 6 years, and when she was off, I find someone else as a backup. Not right, Ron. Not right at all. I was tired of playing games. The last person I was dating, her name was Kathy. 6.5 years off and on. We went out one day and we had a wonderful date. Wonderful. Everything went just right. And she broke up with me. And I said, why? We had such a wonderful day. No disagreements, nothing. It's just, I just want a break. So it's over. And I said, okay, good luck. I hope you find what you're looking for. I'm going to go find myself a Christian woman and marry her and have a Christian marriage. She kind of laughed. Yeah, good one. Goodbye, Ron. That was the final straw that broke the camel's back. That was it. So I got down. I felt at the bottom of the pole. I felt down. I felt degraded. I felt terrible because I wasn't in right standing with God. I had a void in me that a woman could not complete. I had that void. I got down on my hands and knees prostrate on the ground and laid before God and cried out, Lord, forgive me. I'm a sinner. Help me to forgive me for my sins, my iniquities. And I said, God, if you don't mind, I'm kind of looking for a special woman, a wife. Yes. I felt I had a lot to give the right woman. So one time I had a dream, and God was standing before me and showed me a pile of gold and silver, precious stones, emeralds. And he says, "These are the riches of the world. Would you like them?" And then he said, "Show me another picture of being a public status where people congratulate me, call me great. I mean, the pride of life. You can have this if you want. Is what do you choose?" In my dream, I said, "Lord, I choose a good woman, maybe a wife." I joined a Christian club called Christian Mingles. Those women in Christian Mingles, most of those women are not Christians. They're generic Christians, to use the title, but they're no way Christians, most of them. But there are a few of them. I had a problem getting a date on Christian Mingles, so my expectations was Christian. People don't want to date a real Christian, a real life Christian. They just don't. So, on Christian Mingles, I was about fed up with it. After about 6 months, I was about to end it. And I went to quit, but I didn't hit the right button, so I didn't quit. And that's when I came up on Suzanne's profile. Her profile, the profile is what you lay down, who you are, and what you're looking for. She told me that she was a Proverbs 31st woman, and she has so much to offer, being Proverbs 31st woman. If you don't know what that is, you need to look at Proverbs 31st and the last part of that 31st chapter is tell you all the duties of a good Christian wife. That's what I was looking for. I never had it before, but I wanted that. And Christian women, that's probably the very few, hard to find. When I first started talking to Suzanne, I felt inadequate. She had a long profile. I had a few words to say what I'm looking for. I didn't go by her picture. Not that I didn't mind the way she looked. Don't get me get me wrong. But I wanted to look inside the heart. And when she said it's a private something, wow. So we inquired, and after we inquired, we finally exchanged phone numbers. And one time, we was talking for maybe a week or two, and she said, "Ron, I don't want you to call me no more." I said, "Why?" She said, "Well, I met another man. I want to give it a chance. So if you don't mind, goodbye." So I was very kind. I said, "Well, goodbye, Suzanne. I hope you have a nice life. I hope you find what you're looking for. Good luck." And I said it sincerely. I was always sincere when it came to that. I forgot to erase her phone number. It never came to mind because that's usually the first thing I do is take the phone number off my list. Well, that didn't happen. And after a while, she called me back and said, "Well," she says, "it didn't go the way I planned with the person I was seeing." She said, "So, it didn't work all at all. Would you like to date?" So I agreed to dating her. And the first few days, oh my goodness, this is wonderful. First date, we went out and we just went to a movie. We walked around, we done a lot of talking, went for dinner. It was a wonderful night. Second date, we went to the Renaissance Center. The Lord inspired in my heart that she was the one I was supposed to marry. And I prophesied to her. I sat down on a bench. It's strange because there's so many people around. It's a crowded park. And for a moment, it seems like there's no one there but her and me. And I said to her, I said, we're supposed to be married. I'm supposed to take care of you. I want to take care of you. She says, "What do you mean?" I says, she says, "What makes you think I'm the one?" I said, "God told me." She says, "Okay." And then we went to enjoy the next day. And that was the end of that date. And the third date was going to just go out and hang out together and just enjoy the day. So we went out, and it was near a holiday. I had 3 days off from work. I requested 3 days off for a reason I didn't have. I just told the boss, "I'm not going no place. I had no one in mind. I just want 3 days off." And surprisingly, they give me 3 days off. And that's all I needed, 3 days. Because on the third date, I got down on my hands and knees and said, "Marry me, girl, marry me." I never planned that. That's something I would not do. But I did it. It's like I was watching myself do it. I couldn't help it. "Marry me, girl, marry me. We belong together. You know it. I know it. Marry me, girl, marry me." Well, it took a whole week to get her answer. That night, she did give me a word of encouragement. She said, "I do love you." That was on the third date. 3 days, 2 consecutive dates. And I invite her to come the next following weekend to my place to look at rings. Yes. I knew that she was the right person for me. I'm the Harris asked her to marry me. "Marry me, girl, marry me." I said over and over and over. And the following weekend she came, we looked at rings. I put her on her finger, the engagement ring. I got down on my knees, and it was just wonderful. I waited a whole week to get that answer though, but it was wonderful. 3 months later, we was married. I would tell most people, do not do what I done. Do not do it. It can be a dangerous thing to do, but I knew within my spirit. And that's why we agreed to give it 3 months. Enough time for us to spend the weekends together and get to know one another, because you don't really know a person until you spend enough time with them. Then you start seeing little bits, things here and there. Things you cannot handle, or things that's no problem. It's a wonderful life ahead with Suzanne, and to this very day. Next week, I'm going to have part 2 of this devotion. Not just to get married is not just an important part. We're going on 9 years right now, marriage. And not just getting married, but keeping your marriage active and alive. Next week, God bless you. I know I'm kind of long today. We'll wrap up next week with Babe Part 2 and just sit back and enjoy the ride. And it says in Proverbs 18:22, he that finds a woman finds a good thing, obtains favor from the Lord. Look at that. Favor. Favor with the Lord. She says it's a good thing, a good wife. I hope you have a wonderful week. May God bless you and keep you safe from all harm and danger. May the Lord heal you of your infirmities, your sickness. If you got anything going in your life that's wrong, pray and pray often. Keep close to God. Encourage one another. And God bless you. We'll see you next week. God bless as the Lord tarries.